Hey everyone, Dreamlight Kingdom here. We all know that Disney Dreamlight Valley promises to be a game where you can build a village with all your favorite Disney and Pixar friends. But are film and TV characters the only kind of Disney we can expect to see in the game? Based on Gameloft's history, I think we might see some of our favorite parts of the Disney parks make their way into the game. Find out how up next. I've been lucky enough to have Disneyland play a huge role in my childhood. It's one of my favorite places to visit on Earth. So when I heard about Dreamlight Valley, naturally one of my first thoughts was how can the Disney parks make their way into this game? One of the first things I thought of was fireworks, just like in Animal Crossing. But then I started playing Magic Kingdoms again, and I came up with a few different Disney parks things I think could work really well in Disney Dreamlight Valley. One of those ideas is taken almost straight from Magic Kingdoms, but with a bit of a twist, and that's parades. So what would these parades do? Well, aside from being fun to watch, once completed they would drop lots of gold and maybe a chance for some premium currency or other rare crafting items. You'd be able to create a parade route with a special path tool. To make things a little easier, you can replace the path you've already placed with parade route, just like how you can replace paths in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Just like Disneyland, there should be a daytime and a nighttime parade. The floats wouldn't be able to be too large though, but they should be a decent size. Floats should also come with variations, like Main Street Electrical Parade, Main Street Electrical Parade Dreamlight, Paint the Night, Magic Happens, Soundsational, Festival of Fantasy, all those good ones. The audio for parades should also come with variations, with each float contributing a sequence to make up the entire parade song, like the real parades at Disney do. So not only does your style matter, but the order you place floats matters. You should also be able to assign characters to be on certain float, while all the other characters would line up on the route and watch. As fun as this sounds, I think that the parade should only run once in the daytime and once in the evening in order to limit gold farming. If Gameloft wanted to get really involved, they could make a custom float builder that functions like the Touch of Magic tool, allowing you to place patterns over different basic shapes you've put down to build your own float. This would not only be a really fun feature, but it would be great for content creators like myself, since we could make videos of parades that would be unique to our valleys. While I'm not so sure how feasible this is, if Gameloft did add it, I think it would take a game that's already shaping up to be pretty great and make it into something truly incredible. The next idea I have is a little less involved than parades, but I think it fits the game better. Gameloft should add Haunted Mansion. I think the Haunted Mansion will make a perfect addition to Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's already a cool house filled with cool characters. One way Gameloft could ramp this up even further is if the mansion came in variations, like if there was one based off the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland's New Orleans Square, another modeled after the Magic Kingdoms in Liberty Square, one based off Phantom Manor in Disneyland Paris, and even Mystic Manor at Hong Kong Disneyland. Each could come with a different set of characters too. You could build a whole street of haunted mansions if you wanted. But what characters would come with these mansions? I have a few different ideas. Disneyland could have the iconic Hatbox Ghost, Constance, and of course the Hitchhiking Ghost. While Magic Kingdom could have Madame Leota, the groundskeeper, and maybe another one too. I haven't been to Magic Kingdom, so I don't know if there are any characters that appear exclusively in there, or maybe split the Hitchhiking Ghost across these two. It'd also be great to add the singing bus as a placeable decoration that sings when you walk by. Disneyland Paris should have their bride and Phantom. This version of the ride is way spookier than the classic version, but I still think they'd make a great addition to the game. And finally, Hong Kong Disneyland's Mystic Manor could have Albert and Lord Henry Mystic. I'd absolutely lose it if they also did seasonal overlays for the mansions. It'd probably be a bit too much to have Jack move in, but he can certainly get into the holiday spirit and help his neighbors decorate. I know I'm really reaching with that one, but hey, isn't that the fun of these kinds of videos? By far the biggest addition I think Gameloft could make is adding iconic attractions like Big Thunder Mountain, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, the Tree of Life, Spaceship Earth, Test Track, and others as multiplayer dungeons. These dungeons would use puzzle solving, platforming, racing, and other types of gameplay that doesn't involve combat since the developers don't want to add it. Although if they change their minds, these attractions would be the perfect place to introduce combat since they would be completely optional. That way players who don't want any combat won't lose out on the story since you wouldn't even need to add these if you don't want to. So what might this look like? Well, I have a couple of ideas. Minecart Racing, like Donkey Kong, would work great for Big Thunder Mountain. You would race against a team of 4 to see who can reach the finish line the fastest while jumping from track to track, but be sure to watch out for the bombs. For Matterhorn, I think a platforming game where you and your team need to climb to the top of the mountain while a Yeti chases you could work well. To add an extra layer of teamwork, if the Yeti catches any of you, you lose. Over at Space Mountain, an on-rails space flight game where you dodge asteroids would be really cool. The Tree of Life would be another platforming game where you and your team are each placed in your own ant tunnel. First one to find a way out wins. Spaceship Earth would be a puzzle game. You and your team must solve Breath of the Wild style puzzles from different eras throughout human history. Each time you play, you would only need to work through 3 puzzles. To make it even more replayable, the puzzles could be chosen randomly from a large selection, so you don't always know what you're going to get. The final one is Test Track, where we'd have racing obviously. This one could even add new courses over time. This would also be an area I think I'd be okay with Gameloft monetizing a bit by adding in special kart skins you can purchase. Just don't lock any tracks behind a paywall. What better way to end a day at Dreamlight Valley than with fireworks? I think a nightly fireworks show would work perfectly in this game. It could work almost the exact same way it does in Animal Crossing. Have the player upload some patterns and then the game generates it into a fireworks show. You could go even further by allowing us to add music we've unlocked through playing the game, as well as preset fireworks you can use in between your patterns to help make the show truly unique to us. You should be able to set the fireworks show for a specific time each night. That way you won't miss it if you can't stay up or log on too late. Unlike the parades, I don't think fireworks shows should grant you special rewards or gold, but I do think it should cause characters around your valley to act a little differently. Maybe they might even get into the festive mood and give you special gifts if you talk to them during the show. A fireworks show seems to me like it'd be the easiest thing to add in, so I really hope we see it one day. Which idea was your favorite? Is there a film or TV show you'd really like to see a parade float for? Or maybe a Disney attraction you think would fit perfectly? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, Disney Dreamlight Valley is running its first community challenge and we need everybody's help to get multiplayer into the game by adding the game to your wishlist across as many platforms as possible. Okay, that about wraps things up for this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share the video. It really helps the channel out. Thanks so much and I'll see you in the next video.